r/AskReddit by LaughWithMEmes. Which psychological tricks should everyone know about? If someone is trying to make you decide in a hurry, they are probably giving you a bad deal. Walk away. Every single professional landlord ever for some reason is going on vacation the day after I meet them. Or the car salesman who has someone coming later today to look at the last one you're interested in. Sometimes pretending that you are naive gets you more information. What do you mean by that? Pretending to not know something sometimes prompts people to tell you more than they meant to. For example, let's say you're a detective trying to get information from a taxi driver. You know that the last person he drove was person X, but you don't know where they were going. You might, therefore, say something like, "So, your last customer was person Y, going to Disneyland, right?" And, if you're lucky, the taxi driver will say, "What? No, it was person X, going to the Russian embassy," information which they may not have been planning on telling you. If you want to avoid office politics, say good things about coworkers behind their backs. If you want to avoid drama in any situation, say kind things behind people's backs. Word gets around that you think highly of them, and they start to think highly of you in turn. It's worked for me in school, works, and social situations. Even just something like X's, so nice gets you far. If you need to remember something, think about it while doing something noticeably unusual. This will pair the memory with the something, so that when it is noticed later on it will trigger that particular memory. For instance, I need to take out the garbage before going to bed. Put your pillow at the foot of your bed. This is a good one. Sometimes I'll do things like leave an object in a weird place. Then I see it and go, "What the? Oh." If someone annoying is at your office/desk at work and won't get the hint to leave you alone, print something and ask them to follow you while you grab it off the printer, then walk them back to their office/desk instead of going back to yours. They'll usually sit down without realizing what's going on, thinking that they chose to go back. I've tried this before. She stood at my desk, kept talking. Followed me to the printer, still talking. Followed me to her desk, sat down, still talking. I said a closing line, turned to walk back to my desk, she got up and followed me, kept talking. While talking to someone, ask through hand gestures for something the person is holding. You'll probably have it. Conversely, hand someone something while talking. They'll accept it most of the time. I do this at work as a server. I just hold my hand out while I talk to them, and they hand me what they don't need/want. Saves a step and sometimes awkwardness of asking. Whenever a friend tries to tell/show you something that you already know, it's best to let them. It makes them feel good to show you something and for you to enjoy it. Sometimes if you say, "Oh, I already saw that," it'll upset them a little bit. Another how to get people to like you trick like this is, when conversing with someone, after they finish up their story, ask them at least one question about it before you jump into your story. It shows that you're listening and interested in them, making them feel important. I hate it when people are just waiting for their turn to talk. Example, person: "So we left the fishing rod out all day on accident, and when we went and picked it up there was a massive fish on the line. Wow, that's crazy. Did you eat it or let it go?" Person: "Oh, we let it go. We couldn't eat a fish that big. That reminds of the time my brother caught this fish. Thank you." This is really helpful. Sometimes, when talking to people, all I can think about is how to relate what they are saying to my own experiences and try to draw from them to have something to say. I often feel like it just makes me seem like I only like talking about myself. It's just often hard for me to empathize in general, so my only frames of reference for feelings or experiences are my own. Maybe by doing this, I'll learn to be better at small talk and stuff like that. When a group of people laugh, they tend to look at the person they like the most. Wow, I didn't know that so many people like me. They usually look right at me when they laugh. Now what does the pointing represent? Haha, this one I like the most. Compliments are very important for self-esteem and the building of character. Don't be afraid to tell someone how nice they look or that they're doing a good job. Even if it doesn't seem like it at the moment, it will make me feel a bit better and they will appreciate it. Way to comment. Good job. When you see someone you know, on the way into work for example, smile a little wider when you see them, and smile with your eyes, the kind where the smile makes you squint a little bit. It can brighten people's day a little, making them feel like someone else is happy they're around. I smile with my mouth, only to make their day a little creepier. Nervousness and excitement have the same body reaction, so if you're nervous for a speech, instead convince yourself you're excited. It's proven to give better speeches too. Get your butterflies flying in formation. Anytime I have to give a presentation I tell myself that and it helps. I love this. 3-minute rule. If it takes less than 3 minutes, do it and you will feel better. Examples: making bed, doing dishes, etc. It makes you feel the tiniest bit better if you're dealing with depression. Maybe I will start brushing my teeth. With depression I have found this is the hardest thing to do. It might take 2 to 3 minutes, but oh man, why is it so difficult? If you ask someone what color is your shirt immediately before playing rock paper scissors, they almost always choose scissors. Edit. Source: I learned this from my buddy in college. Have tried several times. Also, found this with a quick search. Just tested on my grandma and it worked. Get wrecked, grandma. Just tested this. My GF picked scissors. Bloody witchcraft, mate. I tried this on my right hand too. If you whisper to someone, they'll whisper back, even if there's no reason, to keep your voice down. Also, people will pay closer attention to what you're saying. There's a top exec at my company who talks super softly, but does it in a way where a whole room will shut up and listen closely. It drives me nuts. I'll have hearing loss, but I've always been impressed with his ability to command a room. I wonder if this has something to do with it. I've always found mirroring super cool. Basically, it's our subconscious imitating others' body language / gestures / attitudes. If you want someone to agree with you when you're asking them a question, nod your head while asking. People will be more likely to agree with you if you have positive body language, in this case nodding. Perhaps being aware of it, it makes me go a little hey when I notice people do it. They usually mean well, but you never know. Always give a person 2 choices. Give the non-preferred option first, including its negative effects. Pause. Give the preferred option, shining light on its better effects. I have to do this in customer service all the time. If option 1 is something that will take forever and not the best option, I'll bring it up first as a well I can do, and then suggest option 2, which would be easier for everyone involved, and pitch my voice a little higher, which can make someone think I'm smiling, and say, or I can even do a 9/10 times they'll go for the second option. If you feel lazy doing something that you don't want to, like getting up at 4 AM to work out, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and get up. It will get easier after a while. BC you create habits. To add to this, if you sometimes just promise yourself you'll work on it for only 5 minutes, and then you can stop, you will most likely just work on it until the task is done, or after it's been a few hours. Once we start something, it's easier for our brains to just keep doing it. The hard part is starting something new. And stuff usually isn't as bad as we fear it will be. So maybe it can be the 5 to 5 rule. Count down from 5, and then get up, and then say, if you absolutely can't stand it, it will only last for 5 minutes. I like this one. Thank you for sharing. Neuroplasticity. Your brain and mindset can be changed throughout your lifetime. For example, if you're a negative person, your brain and neurological structure will literally be changed by your constant negative thinking. This reinforces more negative thinking and other health issues. The good news is that you can rewire and change your brain through establishing and maintaining better, more positive habits. Your brain will adapt and adjust. Fake it till you make it can actually go a long way in terms of shifting your mindset and mental health. Therapy helps too. I think this is what happened between me and my mom. When I was a kid, I told her I wanted to be an astronaut. Knowing that I was struggling in math, she went straight to the negative and reminded me that astronauts have to do lots of science, which involves lots of math. This sort of thing happened multiple times, most memorably with my childhood career choices, which she pretty much talked me out of each time. Astronaut, pilot, farmer, etc. All sounded super cool at the time. Now as an adult, I automatically think of the negatives while trying to decide on a career I want. But whenever I talk to my mom about it, she just thinks I'm being exceedingly negative and tries to tell me to think positive thoughts about everything. It's super weird to me, lol. The real downside is I'm now super indecisive and pessimistic. When someone is speaking about something they enjoy, give cues for them to keep going. Like say, wait, so you're saying? No, are you serious? Hold on, I don't get that last part. Basically, active listening. More of a skill than a trick, I guess. It's a great way to get on people's good side. You share nothing about yourself, but they walk away thinking you are a great person. Edit, I did not expect this much attention. Just to address those who think this is something that comes natural and should not be faked. Yes, you are right, you don't want to come off fake. But we've all been in situations where you have to mingle and fake it a bit. Also, some people are social anxious or just awkward and can benefit from keeping this strategy in mind. It keeps the other person talking and a little pressure off yourself. Please like and subscribe for more. This is Laugh with Memes. Goodbye.